Did you know that besides blue collar and white collar, there are other collars for jobs?
No, I didn't.
I didn't either. There's gold collar, which is law and medicine, gray collar, which is engineers, pink collar is service fields, red collar is civil servants, and green collar is the environmental sector. So there you go. You
Oh,
can
what
put like
color? What color are we then?
black collar. You started. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jericho. This is Zap, and we are the now 6-time international award-winning pop hip-hop duo Bandit Future. We make clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that is uniquely Californian. And right now, in this moment in time, you are tuned in. Congratulations, by the way. You were tuned in to the Life's a Circus podcast, where we talk about things that are funny, interesting, and just straight ridiculous. So before we get into the thing, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with at least 2 people that are thinking about changing jobs, because maybe blue collar is the way to go in the future. Think about it. Okay. So I bring this up. Do you remember Mike Rowe?
No, enlighten me.
He had the show called Dirty Jobs on, I think, TLC for a long time, where he basically went and did all the jobs that are hard and awful that no one wants to do.
Oh, I never watched it, but I heard of that show. Yeah.
Okay. Well, interestingly enough, and this is a side note, he also might now be a vice presidential candidate for the Kennedy dude.
Interesting.
And anyway,
Right.
the world works in mysterious ways. But basically, he has always been a fan of the idea of working the traditional blue collar stuff. And also, another side note, did you know that besides blue collar and white collar, there are other collars for jobs?
No, I didn't.
I didn't either. There's gold collar, which is law and medicine, gray collar, which is engineers, pink collar is service fields, red collar is civil servants, and green collar is the environmental sector. So there you go.
Oh, what color? What color are we then?
Black collar. You started it. Anyways, hey, how's it going? So yeah. So the question is like, will you have a better career as a blue collar worker? So he started something called the Works Foundation, and it's basically a program designed to help college students get into trade schools, because of the jobs that are available now. There's like 10 million job openings that are needing people to do them. They're all blue collar jobs. Like all the oversaturated stuff is the professional, everyone trying to be the next CEO or whatever, start their own business. However, these blue collar jobs need people. And while going to college has resulted in, where's the number that I can't believe when I read it, has resulted in $1.7 trillion of student debt that people have accumulated. Yeah, 1.7 trillion. Going to a place like maybe Dartmouth College, for example, which is $360,000 for a 4-year degree. You can just go to a trade school, develop some skills, and instead of starting 360 in the hole, you don't make as much money yearly, but you're not starting in debt. That's his first idea. And not only that, he wants to teach the principles that got our country to where it is now. So work ethic, personal responsibility, delayed gratitude, good attitude, showing up early, staying late, like what makes a good employee, but how people have left that behind. And so just recently, I believe as recently as a couple of weeks ago, a school called Western High School in Nevada started to incorporate this into their curriculum. So they're starting with their freshman class of 750 kids. The top 50 kids that graduate from this program will get a full ride scholarship to the trade school of their choice. And I thought that was really cool. So he's trying to make this push to get people back into the blue collar sector, because it's, dignified work and whatever. And some people are for it and some people are against it. So just based off of what I've told you, what are you thinking? What's your opinion?
I guess I'm kind of mixed.
Okay.
On one side, it sounds really good, because one thing I have noticed, especially since 2020, is like people don't want to work and
Thank God.
if I guess it's more like service jobs, or if they
Mhm.
do want to work, it's just like there's just all that stuff that you listed. There's like no effort. It's like nobody cares about what they're doing. They're just clocking in and clocking out, and they don't care about customer service. They don't care about doing a good job. They don't
Right.
stay late. They don't come early. They don't do any of that stuff. They just like
Mhm.
they just come. I'm here, and I'm gonna do stuff maybe, and
Yeah.
then I'm gonna go home and play Xbox. Like what? Like
Yeah.
what is happening? So like that part, like I'm all for the trade stuff. I know it's just like AI is changing a lot of, I guess you would call white collar jobs, so
Yes.
that they're not as necessary. Um, but but I feel like we might even be prisoners of the moment because I feel like even some blue collar jobs, it's there has to be machinery and robots and something coming for those positions too. Maybe not as quickly, but
Mhm.
um, I don't know what the future looks like, in
I'm
terms of
sure
work.
those things are coming. He stresses that the lower income blue collar jobs will, of course, be taken up first. For all the service stuff will probably be replaced by kiosks and AI and stuff. But if you look at the top grossing blue collar jobs, they still pay pretty well, and I'm pretty sure we wouldn't trust the robot to do them. They
Mm,
include airfield operations specialists, avionics technicians, supervisors of construction and extraction workers, boilermakers, first line supervisors of firefighters, and nuclear power reactor operators. And all of those you can earn between $65,000 to $120,000 a year. So it's not like you're going to be missing out on money by doing something that's a little bit harder. Nuclear power one sounds kind of dangerous, but there are jobs that people do need to do that won't be. I wouldn't trust a robot with my life with that kind of stuff, So I
yeah.
think they're still going to look for qualified people to do that. So in these trade schools, you can go to them. I said, and they're really good. It's just that okay, I didn't take anything in school that helped me do a craft. Like there's no automobile class, there's no shop. I can't build nothing. I can't fix my car. I don't know any of that stuff. And I think a lot of people fall in that category. And so he's saying, well, that's kind of what we're missing. So if everybody goes to college and gets a degree, even if they're $1 million in debt, then where are the plumbers and the electricians? Where are all of those people? They're not around anymore. So it's like all those things start to fall apart in cities. The infrastructure starts to mess up. That's just his idea. So he's like he needs more people to be interested in it, get the
Mhm.
kids at an early age, and then encourage them to do it because it's noble work, it's dignified work, and it's work that they're pretty sure isn't going to be replaced anytime soon. Man, have you ever seen those people? I watched it on the TikTok. The TikTok. People that replace those like light bulbs on top of those super high poles, like 2,000 feet in the air. Like you have to have a dude go up there, and those
Mhm.
guys get $160,000 a year. It's super dangerous, yeah, but it's like you need them. So all
Yeah.
those kind of jobs are available for this trade school thing. So he was just saying it's just an alternative, of course. If you want to go start your business or be a YouTuber or whatever, go do that. But the world will fall apart without these people. So I thought it was a cool idea, and he's hoping to get. I think somebody decided. I also think it's a good idea, and they donated $5 million to his program. Inglestead, the Inglestead Foundation donated the $5 million, which makes it possible for the top kids to graduate to go to the trade schools free of charge, basically free tuition. So that's just something that's happening, and maybe it'll cause a shift in people are lazy. We said the pandemic kind of showed that, but maybe the newer generation will be like, okay, my parents were lazy as heck. Dang, I need to I need
Yeah.
to start
Yeah.
working a little more hard, and then the next generation after that might flourish. So I just thought that was cool. I did not know that was a thing before, and so shout out to Mike Rowe, which might be a vice president candidate in the future for
Mhm.
doing this. Oh, one other stat I do read. Because white collar is, of course, makes a lot of money. Only 43% of workers are white collar. So
43?
43%. So that's about
Wow.
64 million people according to 2020 count. So that leaves, I didn't do the math, but there's a good amount more that do the blue collar stuff. So it's not like it's not necessary. It's just that it's not applaud it. It's like, oh my God, you did a good job being your electrician or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
people, we need that. Like our whole, if I don't know how to fix any, you probably know better than I do. I don't know how to fix anything, like plumbing, nothing works. So I have to call a guy, and that person I hope is qualified. So that's what they're doing. They're training these people up.
Yeah, I think like overall it's a good idea, and I think it's just like as it's like you don't know what you don't know, right? So if people are like for music example, people all you see is just like Drake and like DJ Khaled, and like that's what you know, like that's what you're gonna aspire to be if you're into music.
Yeah.
Or if like you only grew up listening to Beethoven and like Bach and Brahms, like that's like all you know is music. So if there's one education path and that's all you know, it's like, oh well, this is just what we are supposed to do. Like that's like when I was in high school and they were like, you got to pick a college, and I'm like, I got to pick a what?
Right.
Okay, and I kind of like honestly went to college because that's what everybody said you're supposed to do.
Me too.
Not because I was like, oh, I don't want to do I didn't know never even heard of a trade school.
Yeah, I didn't have any options. Yeah, I didn't know what my options were, honestly.
Yeah, they literally like some kind of announcement or something. It was like, you got to go see the guidance counselor. I'm like, the guidance counselor? Yeah. So you can pick a college to go to. Like you just kind of funneled into this direction. And I mean, trades are like, and it's a good alternative for a lot of people.
Right. So we'll see how it works, but he's hoping that it builds up some steam, builds some momentum, and then other people adapt the program, because why not? We need them. We need people to come fix my car, so my car can run.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought was pretty fascinating. But let us know in the comments what you think. Is the blue collar thing? So if you have kids or something, would you encourage them to go more towards that route instead of getting in crazy debt going to college and then hoping you find a job after that? Because job market's getting a little bit scarce out there. Do you support the idea of Mike Rowe? Do you have a better idea? Do you think we should just all go to Mars? Whatever it is, let us know in the comments what your idea is, and we will respond to your comments probably. Yes,
but
definitely.
We'll respond faster if you're a member, because they get priority comment reply.
Oh, there we go. Okay, you might want to do that. Mic drop. So yes, that has been another episode of the Life of Focus podcast. Yeah, like, share, comment, share it again, share it twice, even better. And just think about that job. Think about the job, because you got to have a job.
Got to have a job.
If you don't have a job, then if you don't have a job, you can't buy snacks. So, yeah, see, there you go. Go get one.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah, I know. And don't do anything to lose it, because you might.
Yeah, you don't lose your job. Go to a trade school, learn a trade out.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs. Take our